Okay, so today we're going to talk about order of operations. But before we start talking about order of operations, we're going to talk about absolute value and then some exponents. So the absolute value is if you have the absolute value of some number A, so those little bars are absolute value bars, okay? So this means the distance, okay, so it's the distance the number is from 0. So remember, distances are always positive. So when you want to take the absolute value of a number, okay, you will remove the absolute value bars. So the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. Okay, so what that says is the absolute of 5 is equal to 5. Okay, what about the absolute value of a negative 12? It's the distance the number is from 0, so it's going to be a positive 12. Absolute value of negative 10 plus a negative 5. So you're actually going to say absolute value of negative 10 is a positive 10. The absolute value of a negative 5 is a positive 5. So my answer is going to be 10 plus 5, which is 15. Okay? Alright. Exponents. Exponents have a base and some power. Okay? So an exponent could also be written as, well, let's say this. The exponent could be a raised to the b power. Okay? So a represents my base, and b would represent my exponent. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to multiply your base a b times. Okay, so the exponent tells you how many times to multiply the base. Okay, so let's do an example. So 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is a positive 8. Okay. 1/3 squared. So that means 1/3 times 1/3. When you do that, you multiply your numerator, so it'll be 1 over 9. So it'll be 1/9. Alright, what about a negative 2 squared? So the base here is going to be a negative 2. So a negative 2 squared means negative 2 times a negative 2. So that is going to be a positive 4. Okay, I'm going to show you something different. If I would have written it like this, negative 2 squared, that really means that this is going to be, this is a negative times 2 squared. Okay, so this is like a negative 1 times 2 times 2. Okay, so this one is actually going to be a negative 4. So how this is written in form is going to be different. So when you have a parentheses around this here, like the base, okay, that's what your base is going to be. So your base is going to include that negative. Here it doesn't include that negative, so my base here is going to be a positive. Okay? So now we're going to talk about order of operations. Order of operations are how we will solve and simplify algebraic expressions and how we'll solve equations. So order of operations are so important. Okay? So order of operations are, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, so the P represents the parentheses. So anything inside of parentheses you will simplify. Okay, the E represents exponents. Okay, the M would be your multiply. The D would be divide. The A would be addition. And the S would be subtraction. Okay, the reason I wrote the MD together and the AS together is that if you had this in a problem, just multiplication and division, you're always going to work left to right. Okay, same thing with just if you had addition and subtraction, you're going to work left to right. Okay, let's do some examples here. So here we've got 12 plus 16 divided by 2 cubed minus a 15. So order of operations tell me that I'm going to work and simplify my exponent first. So a 2 cubed is going to give me an 8. Okay, and then I will work the division. So 16 divided by 8 will give me a 2. And now I'll work my addition and subtraction. So 12 plus 2 gives me a 14, and a 14 minus a 15, those are opposite signs. So we will subtract those. Okay, let's look at this number 2 here. So I've got 3 times 8 minus 10, all of that cubed. So my first thing that I need to do is to simplify the 8 minus 10. So what's inside the parentheses? So 8 minus 10 will give me a negative 2. A negative 2 cubed is my next thing I need to do because it's an exponent. So negative 2 cubed would be a negative 2 times a negative 2, which is a positive 4, times a negative 2, which is a negative 8. So now we'll multiply 3 times negative 8, which is a negative 24. Okay, let's look at this one here. So I've got 3 times 5 minus 8 squared plus 15 divided by 5. So order of operations tell me that I'm going to simplify what's in parentheses first. So 5 minus 8 is a negative 3. Okay, you could go ahead and do this division. Oops, sorry. You could go ahead and do that division right there because it doesn't affect any part of the other problem. So 15 divided by 5 is going to give me a 3. Alright, now we can do this so we can simplify here. So which one comes first, multiplication or the exponent? The exponent. So a negative 3 squared would be a positive 9. And a 9 times a 3 will be a 27. And then a 27 plus a 3 will be a 30. Okay, let's do another one here. Alright, so here I've got 64 divided by 2 cubed plus 4 all over 10 minus 2 times 4. Okay, alright, so here this is a fraction, this is irrational. So I'm going to work the numerator first and the denominator, and then my last thing I'll do is divide them together. Okay? So in the numerator, the first thing I need to do is the cubed. So 2 cubed is gonna give me a what? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is an 8, so I'm gonna have 64 divided by 8 plus a 4. In the denominator, the first thing I need to do is the 2 times 4. So 2 times 4 would be an 8. 64 divided by 8 will be an 8. Okay, now simplify the numerator again, so 8 plus 4 will be a 12. And 10 minus 8 will be a 2. 12 divided by 2 would be a 6. Okay, alright, so that is order of operations. So absolute value, exponents, and order of operations. Alright, hope you have a good day.